Today's K-12 Food Rescue video is going to be about what a school district gets when they partner with K-12 Food Rescue. So we're going to go up to foodrescue.net here in the URL, and we're going to hover over K-12 Food Rescue. So as I left click on Open Letter to Schools, I will tell you that our mission is to empower students to lead the Food is Not Trash movement. It's very simple. And in this letter, an open letter to schools, we have our very first thing that schools get when they partner with us, and that is that we provide legal facts and documents to schools and parents and students interested in providing students a chance to feed families instead of landfills with the unopened food items from their trays that they choose not to eat for any reason. And in this document, you'll see hyperlinked in blue various documents like the Richard Russell National School Lunch Act that has the Good Samaritan laws now embedded in them. It has some information on school food waste policy history around the country, just little blue hyperlinks everywhere from various different points on things that will help you as you start your K-12 food rescue program. At the bottom of that letter, if you left click on thank you page, there is actually a 12-minute tutorial video on those legal facts and so forth that walks you through it one at a time. And then we also offer 8 steps of where should I start. So how do we begin? And that includes providing USDA documents and best practice procedures for implementing a K-12 food rescue food waste prevention program for keeping unopened nutritious food inside the food supply chain rather than a landfill. And some of those documents can be seen here. For an example, we have procedures. We have a document here that has example letters home to parents. We have a document that will give you the actual share table guidelines from the USDA here, some various tips that you can receive, and there's obviously 8 steps towards getting started. So we give you all of that, as well as some information from the World Wildlife Fund on 4 ways to fight food waste, and kind of a little food rescue partnership agreement on what we provide at no cost to schools as a 501c3 not-for-profit. We also provide, if I left click up here on getting started, we also provide startup kits, which is recognition for student leaders in the form of certificates and Food is Not Trash t-shirts, and an online tracking tool for students to communicate the impact of their program in terms of carbon dioxide equivalents prevented from entering the environment and meals preserved. So let's start with the complimentary, it says send me a complimentary kit. You can see that we will send at no charge all these items that are here: branded pencils, branded notebooks, water bottles, back sacks, plastic gloves, branded wristbacks, 2 branded wristbands, and locally we will actually deliver a plastic bin. We cannot mail out a plastic bin because the cost of that plastic bin to mail is actually more expensive than the bin itself. So you can order a free tracking tool from us, and then you can also order in March or April some certificates from Food Rescue that we will give to your student leaders, and then we'll send them out. And there's a form that you can send to us and information on how to do that here. So going back to left click on getting started, and we also mentioned the complementary tracking tool. If you left click on complementary tracking tool, it will send you to a dashboard that will walk you through some steps to actually get your own link to begin tracking your food and declaring the value or the impact of your program in terms of methane gas prevented from entering the environment as well as meals preserved. That actually can be found at, if you go up to tracking tools and left click on free online tracking tool, there are videos on how to sign up for that tool, how to make a detailed food rescue or a quick food rescue, and then when I make an entry, what shareable impact graphics does the tool send me. So it provides all of those things, and then we actually mentor students along the way, and we share their stories. And you can watch a video on how students submit their stories to us, and then we market their stories. Google gives Food Rescue $10,000 a month on their marketing platform to market the stories of students that have been successful starting K-12 food rescue programs, and we will send them food rescue swag like t-shirts and some of the things you saw in the tracking tool kit. And they can become a national school leader, and we will provide letters of recommendation for those students. And then the last thing that we do, and I'll click back to home, is we simply provide mentoring at no cost to any students or schools or cafeteria managers or anyone interested in receiving any kind of training on what we've learned through helping 700 plus schools start a K-12 food rescue program or a share table in their school. And we hope that by speaking all with one voice that we can inspire those around the country that are not using food recovery tools or practices in their schools, that they would adopt food rescue policies. And we actually, if you hover over the tracking tool and go to Live Impact Dashboard, we have several videos and information on our tracking tool that shows that over 3.5 million items have been entered into our tracking tool since July of 2016. That represents about 15 to 20% of all of the 700 schools that are participating in K-12 food rescue. So while we don't get data from everyone, we do get data from a substantial amount that shows the impact that can be communicated through digital images like you see here. We can also turn that into if I left click on social, we can turn that into a different image that can be shared out, and you get access to that tracking tool. And if you want to see an individual school, if I go back to the summary, we can pull up one individual school or district, like let's say Beachside Montessori Village, and it will change all those totals in the impact dashboard. So we offer all these things at no cost to our school partners in hopes that we can spread the message that food is not trash and turn students into leaders. So thanks for watching this video today on what you get when you partner with Food Rescue.